Coming up tonight on LoOG Center, we have many tricks and treats. So be prepared for the unknown and the blitz. All of that and more coming up on LoOG.
Well, I know it's Halloween, but I was just going to wear my jacket and tie like usual. You want to wear a costume? Well, I'm not wearing a costume because I don't want to. All right, well, you wear your costume, I'll wear my jacket and tie, and we'll be fine. Okay. Who did you say you were going as again? Good evening, and welcome to LoOG Center. As always, I'm your Commissioner, Thomas Offen. And I am your defending champion, Jeff Fribbins, subbing in for Scott Gardner, who's still probably at the Japanese steakhouse. Your costume's pretty authentic. I gotta give you that. Thank you. I did have to put on 30 pounds to play you. Okay. So before we get to the Week 7 Blitz, there's one item to clear up from last week. The Gothenburg Vikings and Responsible Lobster tied after a stat correction was applied to their game. So last week's Game of the Week went from 87 to 88 to 88 to 88. So, now it's time for the Blitz. Up first, Chubby Funster taking on the Cock Ringos, and this one went down to the wire. Chubby Funster was up 103 to 99 with 4 minutes left to go in the Giants-Cowboys game. But alas, the Giants started giving up touchdowns in garbage time. Chubby Funster 93, Cock Ringos 99, your final score. Next up, the Pink Flesh Hammer taking on Slobber Knockers. The Flesh Hammer goes down 62 to 94. Guess he's gonna have to get engaged a couple more times before that good luck kicks in. Next on the docket, Sugar Hill Gang taking on Touchdown Jesus. And Touchdown Jesus' winning streak snapped at 1. Sugar Hill Gang wins 113-51. This week, the Smithfield Slugs traveled to go see Plain Nasty and almost doubled their score. Slugs 112, Plain Nasty 64. Roddy White had a stellar day with 34 fantasy points. On the other side of the ball, Cole Orton not getting it done. In our next matchup, Prestige Worldwide looking to improve on their 1-5 record against the Gothenburg Vikings, but they can't. Worldwide goes down 73 to 96. Alex Smith subbing in for Prestige Worldwide, not getting it done with 9 points. The Kenny Britt, 42 fantasy points for Gothenburg Vikings. It's pretty good until you compare him to Kenny Germain. That was a plot of Concord's joke there. Anyhow, moving on, F-Bombers taking on Ray Finkle's boys, and F-Bombers come away with the upset win, 80-67. Carson Palmer coming out of nowhere with 30 fantasy points. On the other side of the ball, Matt Ryan, 24 fantasy points for Ray Finkle's boys. Next up, Team Jacob looking to sink his teeth into Responsible Lobster. Except the Lobster's got the Werewolves number this week, 100-79. Brett Favre 9 fantasy points in what might be his last start in the NFL, defending his fractured something. A Responsible Lobster with a 6-pack of double-figure points. In our Game of the Week this week, we promised that it was going to be a close matchup. And again, it was not. It was quite the landslide, wouldn't you say? Yet the Washington Redskins defense pitching in a big way for Team Evil. Touché. Team Evil 134, Stepdads 93. Taking a look at the Week 7 standings in the Charles in Charge division, Gothenburg Vikings on top with a 5-1-1 record, followed by Responsible Lobster, Smithfield Slugs close behind. Down in the basement, Prestige Worldwide, and Touchdown Jesus. Over in the Saved by the Bell division, Cock Ringos, Team Evil on top with 6-1, followed by the Stepdads. In the bottom, Chubby Funster and the Pink Flesh Hammer. Game of the Week standings, that tie between the Gothenburg Vikings and the Responsible Lobster impacts these standings. So you'll see that Gothenburg Vikings are 0-0-1. Responsible Lobster is 1-1-1. Team Evil, however, sitting on top. Our Week 7 top performers, Ryan Fitzpatrick, Darren McFadden, and Washington defense, all of Team Evil, taking people behind the woodshed. Kenny Britt, who are the Gothenburg Vikings, coming out of nowhere with 42 points. Alindo Mari with 18. And Todd Heap, who was also riding the pine for Prestige Worldwide, coming in with 17 fantasy football points. And now it's time for our Week 8 picks. Taking a look at our records from last week, Jeff had a 5-3 record, very nice.
Booyah!
I had a 5-3 record for the week, and then Joel had a 3-5 record. So there are standings. And Paul the Octopus. Paul the Octopus passed away tragically last week. And a lot of people don't know this, but Paul the Octopus actually correctly predicted last year's LoOG winner. Paul the Octopus, you will be missed. Okay, now it's time for our Week 8 picks. And this is going to go by pretty quick, so hold on to your butts. In the first game, I like Chubby Funster over the Slobber Knockers. I like the Pink... Oh, no, I don't like the Pink Flesh Hammer. I like the Stepdads over the Pink Flesh Hammer. I like Sugar Hill Gang overcoming and playing nasty. I like Touchdown Jesus losing to the Gothenburg Vikings. I like Prestige Worldwide beating Team Jacob. Cock Ringos beating the F-Bombers. Team Evil over Ray Finkel's boys. And on our game of the week, I'm taking Responsible Lobster over the Smithfield Slugs. Smithfield Slugs with a lot of deficiencies this week. Problems with buys. So, unless he shores that up, Responsible Lobster is going to win by 50. Ditto. So that's it. That's another episode of LoOG Center. As always, I am your Commissioner Thomas Offen.
And I'm your defending champion, Jeff Fribbins.
Good night and good luck.